Welcome! Today we're going to talk a little bit about oil spraying. Well, it is fall and winter's just around the corner, so people are going to be oil spraying their vehicles very soon. Now, there are some things we need to go over because people just aren't that smart. So, oil spraying your vehicle can be a great idea if you're one of those people who don't want to wash your car during the winter. Personally, I don't oil spray any of my vehicles. I wash the shit out of them, usually about twice a week. Now, I do have a benefit that most people don't have, and that's that I can pull them into my shop at work. All the snow and ice and salt and shit melts off of them, and I can lift them up on the hoist and power wash the underside of the vehicle. Now, that's the absolute best way to do things. Outside of that, you get your vehicle oil sprayed. So, that's fine and dandy. It works if you get a good job done. And I'm stuck behind a shit spreader, goddammit. Anywho, think a little bit before you get your vehicle oil sprayed. Do you need to bring it to your mechanic to have your winter check done? Do you have to have your snow tires put on? Do you have to have your tires rotated, brakes done, brakes checked? Anything like that, alignment, steering, suspension components, and so on and so forth, because that's all components that are either at the lowest part of the vehicle or completely underneath the vehicle, where the mechanic has to be in order to work on the vehicle and get those tasks completed. So if you go and get your oil spray first, which is what most people do for some reason, we have to work in that oil spray. It gets everywhere, it gets all over us. The other problem to that is a lot of the components or parts that we may need to touch, change, or replace, we're going to wipe the oil off or replace the part so there won't even be any undercoat on it at all. This means that section or whatever is more prone to rusting and corrosion, and there's no point in having your oil spray done because you just wasted money. Outside of that, things like it may get on our back or on our arms or just in places that we don't know it may be, whether it could even get on our heads or in our hair. And then we track it into the vehicle, unintentionally, unknowingly, track it inside the vehicle, and now you got a big oil stain on your seat or your headliner or your steering wheel or your floor or whatever. And so basically just points like that. And really the last point is, in some cases, some scenarios, it can actually be extremely unsafe for us. Where we lift the vehicles up, on the pads of the hoist, it may be too oily, and oil, of course, is a lubricant, and the vehicles can actually slide on the pads if there's any kind of hard wrenching or reefing on a component or something like that, trying to bring a bolt loose or doing a wheel alignment or something like that. Or actually, no, it's a bad example for wheel alignment, because of wheel alignment, you would be on a wheel alignment rack, which means the vehicle's not lifted up in the air like it would be on a two-post hoist. But still, any kind of reefing on bolts or anything like that can cause a very dangerous scenario for us. And then, like I said, ultimately you just end up wasting money because we're wiping this undercoating off and it's making a mess, and it's just going to cause more problems. So make sure your vehicle's ready to go for winter. Make sure your snow tires are on if you have snow tires. Make sure your tires are rotated if you want them rotated. Brakes are checked. You got a good, clean, 100% sexy bill of health from your mechanic, and hopefully nothing else goes wrong throughout the winter. So get all that done first, then go do your oil spray. Your mechanic will thank you. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. Cheers and beers.